week, and let's just see, we've read a lot so far, because I have like a lot I need to read in the next few days before May ends. And so I did finish up my Smut Den reading, and the last one I read was Bound by Honor by Cora Riley. That is a 5-star. It was the book I was looking for the entire time. Like I was dead set I wanted a certain book, and it took me forever to find it. And you know what? I found it. That was the book I was looking for the entire time. Then I also finished The Name of This Book is Secret. That was like a solid 3-star. It was like a lot like Lemony Snicket, but I don't think it was as well executed as A Series of Unfortunate Events was. But it had the same vibes. Like I'm probably never gonna continue the series. Like I just wasn't that interested in it to like justify continuing the series. Also, it was a lot longer than the books in A Series of Unfortunate Events were. I mean, I read a majority of it in one day, but like, you know, A Series of Unfortunate Events is like that big. But like, this book was like 400 pages. I think that's kind of long for a middle grade young adult type book. Especially because I'm pretty sure it's more middle grade than young adult, really. But whatever, that's a digression. And then it's Monday. It's Memorial Day, so I had it off. And what I did is I was here for a little bit, but I had some neighbors moving in down the hall, and they have a dog, and Ellie could hear it jingling their collar as they like walked in and out with their dog a few times when they were moving in, which is like fine because I did the same thing. But it was irritating Ellie, so we went to my mom's house, and I listened to the entirety of Schindler's List today and watched the movie. And it is now like 10:30 at night, so it's been a very long day. 5 stars for Schindler's List. It's been a few years since I've seen the movie, but like, fantastic. I mean, it's a very tragic event, but like, fantastic movie, fantastic writing of the book. Overall, loved reading it, like, in the sense that it was a very well written story. Tragic, and the movie made me cry, but you know, why wouldn't you cry at that? And then, I don't know if I've said it yet, but I got off the waitlist for Hidden Pictures, so I did start a little bit of that already here tonight. I'm only about a chapter in so far, but the goal is going to be to finish this one yet this month, and one more audio book, and then I'll go back to Ptolemy's Gate and finish that up. But I need to finish some reads for a readathon that I'm doing in a Discord server, so that's going to be the goal here. It is getting late. I do have to work tomorrow, of course. So, and I have a lot to get done tomorrow, like, because of course my car decided it needs an oil change now. Which is fine, because I was going to go out to dinner, like, stop and get dinner tomorrow anyways. So I'll just go down, I'll get the oil change, and then I'll come back and pick up my pasta that I want. Even though I'm debating between ziti and lasagna. I don't know. I'm kind of probably going to go with lasagna since that's my go-to, but we'll see. We'll see. It's Tuesday night here, and we've made some great progress because I gotta finish 2 books before the end of the month. You know, it's the 30th. So, I started The Luminous Dead, which is almost into on audio. We got to 26% today, which is about 3 hours and 45 minutes roughly. The goal is going to be versus tomorrow. Now I got this whole plan set up. I have to drive from my apartment to my mom's in the morning at like 6 a.m. That's going to take me about an hour. I'll listen at 2.75 times the speed. I then have to go from my mom's house to the city in the next county over because Ellie has a grooming appointment and I have to get my oil change and I need to buy groceries. I could do all that here, but like, I'm already going to be out that way, and the people in this other city have been grooming Ellie for almost 2 years now, so I know she's comfortable with them, so I'm content with driving. 38 miles away from where I live to go get them groomed. But it's like 25 miles from where my mom lives because I gotta, instead of taking a straight shot there, I gotta go detour up, stay there for about an hour, and then I can go across because I gotta bring my sister up to the school at 7 in the morning because she's going on a class trip, like an after school's out for the year. They're going on like a little trip with whatever club she's in, and someone needs to watch my younger brother, so I took PTO for the day, and that's gonna be our plan. I'm gonna drop her off. We're gonna go bring Ellie and my sister's dog to the groomers. We gotta get my oil change. I need to get groceries because I need to eat this week, and I've just been lazy. And I think I said we're gonna stop at like Bob Evans, I think, because it's in the parking lot across from the dog groomers. So on the way there, we're gonna listen to my audiobook. When home, we're gonna to my mom's house again. We're gonna listen to the audiobook. And when I go from my mom's to back to here, we're gonna listen to my audiobook. And by then, we should be like pretty much done with this audiobook. It maybe be an hour left, which I can easily cut down in like 30-minute time while I'm getting ready for bed. So I think that's gonna be completely doable to get done. The other one I'm reading right now is, I started a little bit last night. I only read like 15 pages, but I want the oh, don't change my page. I wanted the cover, but Hidden Pictures is what we're reading. I got the chapter 12 tonight, which is like 38% in. I am going to try to read for a little bit more. It is 11 and I got to be up at 5:40, but you know what? Screw it. I'll just take a nap for the day. I'm really enjoying it so far. I think I just want to get maybe 1 or 2 more chapters in tonight. So, to bring me like roughly halfway through the book. I don't think it's going to bring me exactly. So if I read 2 more chapters, it's going to bring me to 45%. So that's kind of my goal, to get through half of this. Because I've only been reading it for about, it's maybe been roughly 2 hours tonight. So then I can finish reading that one tomorrow afternoon at my mom's house. Because I guarantee my brother's going to want to go in the pool. And it's going to be like 90 degrees. So I'll probably end up going in the pool for a while. And then I'll probably end up watching him from like the game room at my mom's house faces the pool. If you open the curtains, I'll probably sit on the couch and just stare at him from there because I ain't gonna sit out in 90-degree weather all day. But that is the overall plan for tomorrow. I think it's doable. Maybe if we have time, I may go to the bookstore, but we'll see. It's all gonna depend on things. I just gotta get a few things, grocery wise. Most of it's just like staple stuff. Like there's like 2 things I think that need to be cold, which they'll be fine for a little bit. Other than that, that's the plan for tomorrow. It's gonna work out great. Everything will be just fine. Saturday morning, and we got to do some updates from Wednesday through last night. And I didn't read on Thursday because like I had a massive I don't want to say it was a migraine. I think I was heat exhausted because our AC went out at work, and it was in the 90s, and it wasn't fun by any means. And then it happened again last night, so I did some reading, and then I ended up just going to bed because I was exhausted and my head hurt. But between Wednesday and Friday, I got to 65% in Bartholomew's Gate. We got to finish that today, though, because it's due at 4 a.m. So that will be finished today because we have no other option. And then The Luminous Dead, I finished over the past few days, and it's a 1-star. It was a debut novel, and I really, really try not to judge too hardly on a debut novel, but I hated it. I was so bored during it. I didn't care what was happening. It was so boring. And the only reason I finished it is because I needed a stupid prompt for a readathon, and the readathon prompts were really irritating me this month because everyone's like, let's spell words with the titles. And I'm like, these are the dumbest prompts I've ever come across in my entire life. Like, it's one of my favorite readathons and a book server. So, like, I want to participate because I like the story and I like participating in it. I like the game board feature, but the prompts were dumb as hell. I don't like these stupid prompts. Why do we need to spell geranium? Who picks that flower? We're going to spell words and we're going to pick that flower. Stop picking all the words with multiple vowels. Like, I swear to God, it was like the worst thing I've ever had to do. I will not participate if they ever try to do that dumb shit again. Because it was awful. I also finished Hidden Pictures, which is on a better note. Hidden Pictures, 5 stars. I would give it more than 5 if I could. It is one of the... Sorry, my cat's rolling around underneath the table. I don't understand what she's doing. But Hidden Pictures is one of the best books I have ever read. Like, this was a masterpiece. Absolutely loved it. Like, it was very well executed. I wasn't expecting everything that happened. You know, like, one thing I'm like, oh yeah, I could see that, like, I could see that Anya and Annie were not the same person. Like, that was, like, I just didn't see it happening. Despite that the names are very similar, like, and yes, that Annie would be, like, Americanized version of Anya. I didn't see it fitting together. Like, I was like, these are not connecting. This doesn't sound like they connect. Especially after the whole, like, painting things. Like, we looked at Annie's painting and, like, it's not connecting. But let me tell you, I just wasn't expecting all the twists and turns that were there, and I loved it. This was one of the best books of the year of all time that I've read. Shelby, please do not eat plastic. My cat, I swear. But that is all I have for now. It's Saturday now. I'm gonna go to my mom's house to go swimming because it's 90 degrees again. And we're gonna finish Ptolemy's Gate, and I'm gonna bring probably City of Bones with me because I'm still reading that. He's probably the only one I bring with me. But hopefully I have an update for y'all later because I've just been like, we're gonna finish Ptolemy's Gate tonight, even if I get home at like 10 and I have to stay up to finish it. I'll just stay up and keep working on this. This is the diamond painting I'm working on. You can see how far I've gotten and all the sparkly diamonds in there. I did this section, and then I did this section, and then I did it over here, and now we're going up over here. It's turning out beautiful. I like how it shimmers there. It's going to be great. But for now, I'm going to get ready to go swimming. It is 11:37, and we did it. We finished Ptolemy's Gate today, which, you know, was the whole goal because it's due at 4 a.m. Manners loan. Return early, because technically we're returning a few hours early. And there's a nice little wait list going on after me. So overall, I'm gonna give the book 4 stars. It was pretty good. Like, I had to kind of rush through it because, you know, time crunch. But it is a great. The whole series is a great little, like, magician series and, like, wizard type series. And it's really sad that it didn't get more hype when it came out. But it was also coming out like when Harry Potter was still coming out, and I think Harry Potter had so much hype that, like, it got, like, slipped under the radar. But it, like, deals with, like, ninjas and it just has these magicians, and, like, it has so much, and it happens in London. I think it really just got overshot, like, it got, like, hidden in the shadows of Harry Potter, and I'm really sad that it didn't get more hype when I was, like, growing up, because, like, as much as I enjoyed it now, I think I would have loved it, absolutely loved it in, like, middle school. But I still enjoyed it now. You know, there's, like, a lot of similarities between the two, but I think this one was really, really well executed. And you know what? And it's not as long of a series, but, you know, you grow to love the characters, and it's just like, you know, he may be a demon, but, like, he's pretty funny, and I'm here for the sarcasm. And then also today, I started If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy. And how I decided this one is Clear Your Shit is this month. You know, the little mini readathon for Clear Your Shit. And this fits one of the prompts. I forget what prompt I'm already on. I decided I'm going to use it for the Make You Feel Good prompt. Because it's a cute little romance, and we haven't read romance in a hot minute. Like, let me see how long it's been since I read a romance. Well, I say since I read a romance. I read dark romances during Smut Den, but before that, before Smut Den, my last romance would have been read in March. So I'm just like feeling the mood for like a light romance now, because we got all the dark romance out of my system last weekend with listening to 4 dark romance books in 72 hours, because that was a good idea for me apparently. So we started If the Shoe Fits, and I decided to start with this one because I had 2 of them on my TBR this month. I have If the Shoe Fits, and I have Rosaline Palmer Takes the Cake, and I decided it based on If the Shoe Fits is shorter and was already downloaded to my iPad. So that's how I decided this is the one we're gonna read because it's downloaded already, and I was outside. And then today I also had 2 audios come in straight on till morning. Well, it came in a few days ago, and then The Mist. And these are gonna be my next 2. So I was gonna start straight on till morning, but I think I'm just gonna start with The Mist. You know, let's get the buddy reads out of the way. Let's just do that. And The Mist fits for another Clear Your Shit prompt. Standalone is the one I picked. So that's how we decided that one. I don't think I have anything for straight on till morning, do I? No. I didn't pick anything for that. I have other books on here that I need to read though. Like, I want to read The Ghost in the Wedding Crasher, which I've been wanting to read since it came out in March. And it's just sitting on my table. And, Rosaline Palmer Takes the Cake, that's on here. We talked about The Mist. Jurassic Park is on here, which is another buddy read for this month. And then I have The Hobbit, because I need to finish that. And I have The Institute, which I did start already, but I started it months ago. So we need to go back and restart it, because I have a vague memory of what happened. But, it's quite literally been like 2 months since I started it, and I haven't picked it up since. So we need to restart it. I was liking it. I just, put it down, and it's kind of like a heavier book, so I didn't want to, and I'm physically reading it, and I didn't want to hold it, which is the problem. I didn't want to hold the book. Whew. But anyways, I'm really tired because I was swimming at my mom's house today, and I don't know how people say they get energy from exercise, because all it does is make me exhausted. I don't feel any energy at all from exercising. And the sun makes me so tired too. Like, I don't understand how people enjoy sitting out in this, because it just makes me tired. Like, I want to be tired otherwise. And I kind of took a nap in my mom's bed because of it for a little bit. My mom woke me up and told me to go home. She's like, you can sleep on the couch or you can go home. So I went home because Miss Shelby over here needs me. You need me to come home. How are you going to get your food? She's over here. Say hello, Shelby. Shelby, you say hello? So that's what we did. And I was just gonna be like, this is off topic, but it probably is gonna keep me up now for a while. So I also started my mom's The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, which, if y'all haven't heard of this story, it's like, is this person pretending to be a child, or is she like is she a legal adult? And did she mask, like, plot to be adopted as a 6-year-old child when she was really an adult. It's quite an interesting case, and I thought it would just be like a one episode thing. So I was like, oh yeah, we'll just watch it real quick. Oh, I saw like it advertised online a few days ago, and I was like so upset because I like tried to Google like where does ID stream, and it told me it didn't stream anywhere on Google, and I was so upset. I was like, I thought of this. I was at work, so I couldn't like pull up my Discovery Plus. But I was like, I thought it was on Discovery Plus. Like I thought that was like in their network type thing. And then I just like typed in the name of the documentary because I was like, this is interesting. I wrote an article about this a few months ago because they were making a documentary on it, and it told me it was only streaming on Hulu Plus, like Plus Live, like the premium Hulu subscription that I don't have because I'm not that. It's not that deep. Like I don't need to go that far. And I was so upset. And then I turned on Discovery Plus, just like looking. And I was like, I'll just watch my ghost show today. After I was like in the sun for a while, and I was like, I'll come inside. I'll just watch my ghost show. It'll be fine. And then I found this, and I thought it was gonna be one episode, and then I backed out and like looked at like the episode list, and I thought it was only gonna be like 4 because I could see 4. It's actually 6. We're in the middle of episode 5. 5. So, and each episode's like 46 minutes long. So we're probably gonna finish this here tonight because I'm crazy, and then we'll go back to my shark stuff because the shark stuff is where it's at right now. My brain is it's on the sharks. They're also on this. So that's it for this week. Hopefully we get some body reads done next week. We make some accomplishments. We'll hope I finish City of Bones. I did not read that at all today. We'll hope I get that finished. I'm for sure gonna get the Mist finished because it's only 5 hours. And hopefully we knock out something else on my body read list because y'all have seen that list before and nothing else has been knocked off it since. So, except for Ptolemy's Gate, which I never wrote down because I knew I was going to finish it on time. So, that's all I have for this week. I'm gonna go watch my documentary now. Bye!